Hello, and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn to avoid some important mistakes, so let's get started. First, this is not correct.
And I super recommend you to use this word.
I cannot say I super recommend you to use this word. With recommend, we have to use a different structure. It's correct to say I recommend that you use this word. I cannot say I recommend you to use this word. With the verb recommend, we need a different structure. Example, I cannot say his doctor recommended him to exercise. I have to say his doctor recommended that he exercise. Again, that he exercise. Let's practice. Did his doctor recommend that he exercise? That's right, his doctor recommended that he exercise. I cannot say his doctor recommended him to exercise. We use a different structure with recommend. And keep watching until the very end to practice more with this difficult structure. This is also not correct.
So this thing, this object, is called plunger. Plunger, that is another advanced word.
I cannot say this thing is called plunger. I need an article. Plunger is countable. I have to say a plunger. So it's correct to say this thing is called a plunger. Pronunciation. Plunger. Use the short sound like cup and up, plun, plus the j sound like in juice and jump. Jur. Plunger. This is called a plunger. Let's practice. What is this called? Is this called a plunger? That's right, this is called a plunger. This is also not correct.
He pays a lot of attention to simple things, small things, and imperceptible things in his daily routine.
I cannot say unperceptible things. The word unperceptible doesn't exist. We use a different word. We use the word imperceptible. If you cannot perceive something, that is to see it or notice it, then it is imperceptible. The word unperceptible doesn't exist. For example, you cannot clearly see the image. The image is almost imperceptible. Let's practice. Is the image almost imperceptible? That's right, the image is almost imperceptible. Now let's talk about pronunciation. This is not correct.
So you can say that your cousin is an amateur singer. It means that your cousin is a singer, but he's not professional. He's not a professional singer. My cousin is an amateur singer.
I cannot pronounce the word singer. I cannot pronounce the g sound, the hard g in this word. I have to use a nasal sound. Singer. Singer. Not singer, but singer. Example, she's a good singer. I cannot say she's a good singer. She's a good singer. Let's practice. Is she a good singer? That's right, she's a good singer. This is also not correct.
In order to be tasty, in order to be delicious, so.
I cannot pronounce the word delicious. We cannot use the long E sound like green beans. We use the short I sound like this is. Again, deli. It's more open. Deli. The second vowel, delicious. Not delicious, but delicious. It's important because this is a stressed syllable. It's important to pronounce it correctly. Delicious. Example, the food looks delicious. What do you think? Does the food look delicious? That's right, the food looks delicious. Not delicious, delicious. This is also not correct.
A warehouse is a large building used to store goods.
I cannot say a warehouse is a large building used to store goods. The word is not pronounced building. It's pronounced building. Use the short I sound like this is, plus the dark L. Building. A warehouse is a large building used to store goods. And this is also not correct.
So it's just a warehouse. It's an advanced word to call this place.
Warehouse is not an advanced word for this. It's just a word we use. There's nothing advanced about the word warehouse. It's just a word we use. It's a warehouse. This is also not correct.
I work for Amazon's warehouse. I work for Amazon's warehouse, for example.
I cannot say Amazon's warehouse. Amazon's warehouse? The word is not pronounced Amazon. It's pronounced Amazon. Amazon. Use the open sound. On. Amazon. We cannot say Amazon. It's Amazon. It's important because this is a stressed syllable. Amazon. We have a stress on the first and third syllable, so it's important to pronounce them correctly. Amazon. Amazon's warehouse. Example, this is an Amazon warehouse. Let's practice. Is this an Amazon warehouse? That's right, this is an Amazon warehouse. Remember, Amazon, not Amazon. This is also not correct.
If you follow me on my social media accounts, you probably know the meaning of clogged because recently I posted a video.
I cannot say I recently posted a video. First, recently, we don't say it like that. We say recently. We have to use a long E sound like green beans. Recently. Not recently, not the short I like this is. We need the long E like green beans. Recently. It's important to pronounce it correctly because it's a stressed syllable. Recently. Recently I posted a video. The word is not pronounced video. It's pronounced video. O. The last vowel is a long O like no and go. O. Video. Not video, but video. Make the long O sound. Example, I recently posted a video. I think it was yesterday. Let's practice. Did I recently post a video? That's right. I recently posted a video. This is also not correct.
Pronunciation, meticulous.
The word is not pronounced meticulous. It's not meticulous, it's meticulous. The second syllable is pronounced meticulous. Use the short I sound like this is. Remember, it's more open. Meticulous. Not meticulous. I cannot use the long E like green beans. I need a short I. Meticulous. Again, it's important because this is a stressed syllable. We have to pronounce these correctly. Meticulous. And what does it mean? It's an adjective to describe somebody who pays close attention to detail. I can say he is meticulous. Again, not meticulous, but meticulous. He's meticulous because he pays close attention to detail. He's very meticulous with his work. Let's practice. Is he very meticulous with his work? That's right, he's very meticulous with his work. He pays close attention to detail. This is also not correct.
Clogged means actually blocked or filled with something, especially a clogged toilet.
I cannot say clogged means blocked with something, especially a clogged toilet. I cannot use the word specially here. We have a different word. The word is especially. We need the E to start the word. We need the E first. There are two different words. Specially is one word and especially is a different word. We have to use especially in this case. So, clogged means blocked with something, especially a clogged toilet. More common than other things, especially. Let's practice. What does clogged mean? Does clogged mean blocked, especially with a clogged toilet? That's right, clogged means blocked, especially with a clogged toilet. So we have these confusing words, special, specialty, specially, especially. They're all different and they're all used in different ways, so keep watching to practice and learn how to use them correctly. Today we're looking at the difference between these two words, specially and especially. First, let's talk about special and specially, with no E at the beginning. Special is an adjective. It describes a person, place, or thing. For example, this spoon. This spoon is special. It's different than the others, but in a positive way. I describe a spoon, it's a noun, it's a thing. I say the spoon is special. So you ask, what makes it special? It's designed specially for children. Again, with no E at the beginning. You start with the S sound. This spoon was designed specially for children. It was made specially for children because it's small. So special is an adjective. It describes a person, place, or thing, like a spoon. This spoon is very special. And specially describes a verb, like it was made or it was designed. So what's especially? If I put an E at the beginning and I pronounce the E, especially, this means more than the others. Example, I love all Italian food. I like pizza, I like spaghetti, but I especially like lasagna. Especially is also an adverb. It describes the verb like. I especially like lasagna. So remember, special is an adjective. It describes a thing, a person, or a place, a noun. This spoon is special. Specially is an adverb. It describes a verb. This spoon was made specially for children. And especially is to say more than the others. I love all Italian food, but I especially love lasagna. That means I love lasagna more than the other dishes. Let's practice. Is this spoon special? That's right, this spoon is special. Was this spoon made specially for children? That's right, this spoon was made specially for children. Do you like Italian food? Do you especially love lasagna? That's right, I especially love lasagna. Very good. Let's talk about the difference between special and specialty. Neither word has the E before, so it's not especial and it's not specialty. We start with the S, special or specialty. Special can be an adjective, like he is very special, but it can also be a noun. If you go to a restaurant, they have a special dish, and maybe it has a lower price, or they just want to sell it, so they're calling it the special. You can ask the server, what's the special today? And the server could say, we have a lunch special. It's only $5.99. So you can use special as a noun. What's the special today? Do you have a lunch special? So we can use with the, what's the special today? It's specific. Or you can use it as something not countable. Do you have a lunch special? Some restaurants have a lunch special and some restaurants don't. Now let's talk about specialty. Specialty can be used with a restaurant too. If a restaurant has a special dish that everybody knows about and the dish is famous and people go to that restaurant for this one dish, you can say that dish is their specialty. Example, I love this restaurant. Their specialty is lasagna. They make lasagna better than anything else. People come to this restaurant for this one special dish. It's their specialty. Or if you cook, you can say, this dish is my specialty. It's the one dish I cook better than everything else. It's the most popular dish that I make. It's my specialty. You can also use specialty to talk about jobs and work. For example, a lawyer. He's a lawyer. He's a corporate lawyer. So his specialty is corporate law. If he's a corporate lawyer, then his specialty is corporate law. He has a specialty. He specializes in one specific type of work. His specialty is corporate law. Or a doctor. A doctor can have a specialty. He's a doctor, but his specialty is cardiac care. He works with the heart, so his specialty is cardiac care. He specializes in this one area of medicine, so he has a specialty. Let's practice. Did they have a lunch special? That's right, they have a lunch special. And it looks like the special today is baked chicken. Let's practice. What's the special today? That's right, the special today is baked chicken. Let's practice. Does that restaurant have a specialty? What's their specialty? That's right, their specialty is lasagna. The lawyer has a specialty. What's his specialty? That's right, his specialty is corporate law. The doctor has a specialty. What's his specialty? That's right, his specialty is cardiac care. Very good. So remember these special words and how they're used differently. If you're still a little confused, watch the video again and keep practicing. So, what's the best way to use recommend? Well, the best way is to use a gerund. That's an action or a verb with ing at the end. Example, I recommend practicing English every day. There's no other person. I cannot say, I recommend you practicing. It's just one person, me. I recommend this activity. I use gerund to express the activity. I recommend practicing English every day. So, example, I recommend practicing English every day. I can change the action recommend if it's he or she. He recommends. He recommends practicing English every day. Or she. She recommends exercising every day. You can also change recommend to the past. Recommended. He recommended exercising every day. And remember, you cannot say he recommended me exercising. There's no other person. It's just the activity you're talking about. He recommended exercising every day. Let's practice. Do you recommend practicing English every day?
Yes, I recommend practicing English every day.
Does she recommend practicing English every day? That's right. She recommends practicing English every day. Very good. Let's practice in the past. What did your doctor recommend?
He recommended exercising every day.
Did her doctor recommend exercising every day? That's right. Her doctor recommended exercising every day. Very good. Now let's practice with recommend if you have another person. For example, my doctor recommended me. We cannot say me. The only time you can say me is if somebody recommended me for the job. If I am the object or I am the thing that is recommended. He recommended me for the job. But in the example my doctor recommended, I cannot say me. I say I. My doctor recommended I exercise. So we have the person I, we have the action in a simple form, exercise. My doctor recommended I exercise. Why do we say I? Because there's a connector. That. It's an optional connector. You don't have to use it. But you can use it. It makes it easier. My doctor recommended that I exercise more. So remember, you can use the connector that for two ideas. You have the first person I and a simple action. My doctor recommended that I exercise more. Or you can eliminate that. It's optional. My doctor recommended I exercise more is correct. What if the other person is a he or a she? For example, my brother. His doctor recommended that he. I cannot say his doctor recommended him to exercise. I cannot use to in any situation. We use just a simple action. Talking about my brother. His doctor recommended that he exercise. That's right, it's a simple action. I don't change it like he exercises. He exercises is a routine. He exercises sometimes every day. I am not expressing a routine. I'm expressing an action that may or may not happen. So I don't change the action at all. It's always in a simple form. Exercise. So talking about my brother, his doctor recommended that he exercise every day. Exercise in a simple form. What about past? You say recommended. Why not exercised? No, we do not change it to past. It's always in a simple form in this structure. So whether it's present, his doctor recommends, or if it's past, his doctor recommended. The action is always in a simple form with no change. Don't change it to past and don't change it with S for he and she. So again, the example, his doctor recommended that he exercise every day. It is not correct, my doctor recommended that I have to exercise. It is not correct, my doctor recommended that I need to exercise. It is not correct, my doctor recommended that I should exercise. Only, my doctor recommended that I exercise every day. Only the simple action is necessary. And remember, the connector that is optional. My doctor recommended I exercise, or my doctor recommended that I exercise every day. What if you have a negative idea? For example, my doctor recommended that I not eat sweets. That's right, we use the negative not only. Not don't, only not. So it is not correct, my doctor recommended that I don't eat. You have to say, my doctor recommended that I not eat sweets. Now this is a difficult structure and it sounds very strange. So if you don't want to use it, you can say it a different way. You can just use a positive action, avoid. My doctor recommended that I avoid sweets. Easier. And one more thing about this structure. What if the verb is to be? For example, the teacher recommended that we are quiet. I cannot use are. I'm going to use a different form. Be. That's right, just be. And not to be, just the verb be alone. So example, our teacher recommended that we be quiet. That's right. She recommended that we be very quiet. Example, the teacher recommended that we be on time. Not we are on time, we use only the verb be. The teacher recommended that we be on time. And if you want to talk about the negative, she recommended that we not be late. Again, she recommended that we not be late. Let's practice. What did your doctor recommend?
He recommended that I exercise every day.
What did her doctor recommend? That's right. Her doctor recommended that she exercise every day. Very good. Let's practice. What does your husband recommend?
He recommends I eat healthier.
What does her husband recommend? That's right. He recommends that she eat healthier. Very good. Let's practice. What did your friend recommend?
She recommended that we try that restaurant.
What did her friend recommend? That's right. She recommended that we try that restaurant. Very good. Let's practice. Do they recommend that we arrive early?
Yes, they recommend that we arrive early.
Do they recommend that we arrive early? Very good. That's right. They recommend that we arrive early. An example, if I say they recommend you, you can use you to talk about any person. For example, they recommend that you exercise daily. Let's practice. Do they recommend that you exercise daily?
Yes, they recommend that you exercise daily.
Do they recommend that you exercise daily? That's right. They recommend that you exercise daily. And that recommendation is for everybody. Let's practice. What did your trainer recommend?
He recommended that I not eat sweets.
What did her trainer recommend? That's right. Her trainer recommended that she not eat sweets. Very good. Let's practice. Did your trainer recommend that you avoid eating sweets?
Yeah, he recommended that I avoid eating sweets.
Did her trainer recommend that she avoid eating sweets? Very good, that's right. Her trainer recommended that she avoid eating sweets. Let's practice. Does their teacher recommend that they be on time?
Yes, their teacher recommends that they be on time.
Does their teacher recommend that they be on time? That's right. Their teacher recommends that they be on time. Let's practice. Does their teacher recommend that they not be late on the first day?
Yes, she recommends that they not be late on their first day.
Does their teacher recommend that they not be late on the first day? That's right. The teacher recommends that they not be late on the first day. Very good. So let's review all the rules when using recommend. The first is use a gerund. It's easier. And you can use it when the person is not important. It's just the activity that's important. For example, he recommends exercising every day. But if the person is important, then remember, don't use me, don't use him. You start a new idea and you use I, he or she, they, and we. So, he recommends that we exercise, or he recommends that I exercise. And remember, the connector that is optional. You don't have to use it. But I recommend using it because it's going to make it easier to use this structure correctly. So, my doctor recommended that I exercise every day. What if you talk about a he or a she? His doctor recommends that he exercise. Remember, don't change the action for he and she. And don't change the action for past. It's always in a simple present form. Example, he recommended that I exercise. Recommended is in the past, but exercise is always in the present. And if it's negative, use not. He recommended that I not eat sweets. And if your action is to be, use be only. She recommended that we be on time. Or if it's negative, she recommended that we not be late. And also remember, don't use need to, have to, or should. Just use the action. You cannot say, he recommended that I have to be on time. No have to, no should, and no need to.
Thank you for watching.
And if you like this video, click the link in the description and check out our other channel where you'll find other great videos just like this one. Thanks for watching.